Hey everybody, welcome to BBQ Champs Academy live show. As we are here in just a minute, we're going to have Matt and Marissa in. Another epic showdown between two titans going head to head, brother versus sister, in an ultimate stake showdown right there in the parking lot at the SCA. It was absolutely phenomenal to be able to watch them go toe to toe. And I hope we got a lot of folks that come in and join us for our post-party review or interview after the show that just aired. Not only that, we're going to give Marissa a little spotlight and a little time as well. We never got a chance to talk to her last week, and we really wanted to talk to her on Tuesday, but we was trying to put the finishing touches on that show. Clash of the Titan Road Edition. It was just one of these last-minute deals, and Matt kind of, he called her out about a month or two ago when we had him on one of our podcasts, and we had Matt on and Marissa was on, and I said, "You're really scared of your sister?" "No, I'm not." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm telling you right now, Marissa would beat you." And he was like, "I'll take her anytime she wants." And I was like, "Oh, wait a minute now. You better be careful." And Marissa was in watching, and she popped in and she said, "Bring it." And I was like, "Oh, baby." So It was one of them deals. Friday, we got a chance to meet everybody at the SCA. We got to meet so many people. It was so awesome, and we kind of got through doing a bunch of interviews, a lot of people doing reviews for us. That man right there gave us a phenomenal review. Thank you, Rick. It was so awesome meeting you and your lovely wife. And we had so many people come up to us giving reviews, and when we got done, I walked over there to Matt, and I said, "You ready?" He said, what are you talking about? And I said, "You ready? Ready for what?" I said, "You called your sister out. I told you I was going to make it happen." And I said, if I can find some stakes, I said, we're fixing to film you guys in a Clash of the Titan, brother versus sister. And he was like, okay, let's do it. And I started, I think it was either Eric or Alan got us some stakes. I was sitting there talking to him. They were right there with a trailer, and he reached down and threw 4 stakes up on the counter, and he said, "I got 4 of them right here you can use." I said, "We got a grill?" And Matt was like, "Well, all my stuff's packed." And I said, No. Don't go him-hawing around. If you are scared of her, you just go on and say you're scared of her. But I said, my money's going to be on Marissa. So anyway, he got, all right, let's do it. And they're back there in the green room right laughing right now. I'm just trying to give people a few minutes to come into the show. And got his grill out. They had 1.5 hours. We started at 11:30 and turn-in was 1 o'clock. They had a 5-minute window before and after, and absolutely no practice steak was going to be cooked. This was going to be the ultimate steak showdown. You had to bring it right the first time. And it was so fun to be able to do that. It was just kind of shot right on the cuff. And I was really happy with our guys at Fairfield Studio. Clint and John, as always, just do an amazing job for us. And we got all that put together, and they processed this whole thing out in a week's time. And I was super happy to be able to get it out. And anyway, so we got several folks coming in. John, good to have you here. Jeremy, Mr. James, I know I haven't seen you here lately. Glad that you was able to watch our show and catch it. Jimmy, we appreciate you being here. Ryan, Wesley. We got Mr. Sean himself. Sean, I hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoyed the show. We've had a lot of fun doing these BBQ Champs Clash of the Titans. We got Mr. Mike in here. James, thank you, brother. And Rick, I think you wished me a happy anniversary too. Today's mine and my wife's 20th anniversary. It was about this time, 7/20. Yep. I think that's when I laid the kiss on her. And here I am 20 years later behind a computer screen, and my wife's in there. And I told her, I said, you could at least run out here and give me a peck on the cheek at 7/20. So happy anniversary, baby. I don't know if you're watching this or not, but 20 years as of right now, we sealed the deal. I remember it was 7/20 when I kissed her. Absolutely love my wife. She's so supportive of everything that I do. Miss Caitlin, it was such an honor to be able to meet you. I really enjoyed our time together. I appreciate the interview that you gave with us in promoting BBQ Champs. Brandon, likewise, great to meet you as well. We had a lot of fun. And let's see who else we got. Lisa, good to have you here with us. Fun to watch that show, absolutely. Papa Joe's in the house. Marcio, buddy, how are you doing? It was great to finally get a chance to meet you at the World Food, or I don't know why I keep saying world, at the SCA World Championship as well. Mr. Joey Smith, buddy, I'm so glad that cook-off raised so much money for the Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation down in Hempstead, Texas this past weekend. And I know it was such an honor for you to be able to bring all those men and women together that's suffering from PTSD. Let's see. Mr. Mike is here. Tim is here. Lisa, appreciate you being here. B Extreme's in the house. Nathan, thank you, buddy. Can't wait to watch at home so I can see what kind of tips I can pick up from. Not a whole lot, I'll tell you that right now. So let's see who else we've got. Oh my goodness, y'all are just pouring in. We appreciate everybody being here. Alan, Matt. Hey Matt, how are you doing? So anyway, I don't want to take up too much time. We've got them sitting in the green room. There's so many people that's just coming in, and we just can't get to everybody. There's Shauna. How you doing, girl? Yes, silly boys steaks are truly for girls. Ain't that right, Marissa?
Yeah.
Do you think we need to just bring Matt in, or just let him sit back there in the green room for a little while? All right, Matt, we'll bring you in too, brother. We love you, man. You took the beating like a good brother, because that's all I can tell you. Tell us that this is, y'all have no idea what the show is going to look like. First time seeing it. I'll give you the first dibs, Marissa. What did you think?
It was super cool to watch, and just like seeing like myself up there, and I mean, I already knew how it was going to end, but it was like really fun to watch the whole way through, because I was like, oh, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
But,
Matt, what'd you think?
You guys did a great job putting that together for a parking lot and an hour and a half and a week to edit it all. I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
I've got to thank Fairfield Studio, Clint and John. Man, you guys, from the bottom of my heart, you guys are absolutely amazing at what you do. We put it together. We gave it a little bit different vibe. We didn't want it to be exactly the same because it wasn't kind of shot in the same format. And we kind of changed up the music a little bit. We didn't get to do the long sit-down interviews, but I did want everybody to stay to the end, and I kept saying stay to the end because I thought that was so awesome what they did. I didn't even tell them that's how good these guys are, but they went in, they got y'all's picture, y'all qualified for the finals, and then, boom, had the picture of you two together. I tell you what, that was almost another one of them tearjerker moments for me because it was just so awesome to see. I know, Matt, you have got to be extraordinarily happy with Marissa and what she has done this year.
I am very proud of her. I mean, when we were all sitting up there, we're sitting there in the finals, and, I got called 14th. I was a little disappointed in that, but I mean, nothing to scoff at, walking up 14th and at the Worlds. But when it came down to number one and she hadn't walked yet, I know she did steaks. So I was happy to hear her name. I mean, I didn't even know it was her at first. I seen Eric Hodson jump up, and I thought it was Eric, and then he wasn't coming, and then the whole corner blew up over there, and I was like, no way, this can't be. So
yeah,
happy.
Yeah, I tell you right now, it was truly great to see. And one of the reasons I really wanted to shoot that, I'm going to tell you, and I've told y'all, and you heard me say it. I told you, I think it was about halfway through it, I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Marissa don't win this thing. I kept saying, and I have, Marissa, what's your name? What's your nickname?
Miss Consistency.
Mr. Consistent. That's her right there. I called this out 4 months ago when I started watching you and saw how consistent that you was. And I gave you the nickname Miss Consistent because everywhere you went, you was always just seemed like top 10, top 10, top 10. 27 top 10s in your first year of cooking from March to December. 4 first place wins is absolutely amazing. And to me, I looked at like, okay, you've got the consistency. You figured it out because I was watching you. You was winning up north. You was coming down south. You was doing good down south. And I don't know. I mean, Clint and John asked me, they said, who do you think is going to win this deal? I was like, there's 300 teams here. But I said, if you told me that I had to bet on one person, it's just being an outsider. I said, I think Marissa's got as good a chance of any to win this. That's why I said what I did. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to film this. I thought you had a very, very good chance of winning. You was cooking lights out. You was not peaked. You was still climbing. And you was one of my top choices for being able to win this thing. And we got some great steak cooks and BBQ champs. I just felt like you had what it was taking to bring an incredible steak to the table, and you did well. Sorry, Matt, it's just the way I felt. Told you she was going to beat. Told you she was going to beat you. So
hey, we both had a good shot. I mean, let's see, for our qualifying round, Marissa walked third and I walked fourth in our group. I mean, so I think there was 50 some in each group, and walking there to qualify, and she only beat me by 3.5 or 2.5 points, and I would have got her to win the worlds. But oh well.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I tell you what, it was so awesome to see. And I think the biggest moment for me when I was watching it live was when you two embraced, when she walked up on the stage, and you two you hugged her, embraced her. And I tell you right now, I teared up because I can only imagine what that must have felt like for both of y'all. I know it had to be very special for you, Matt. I think she's some 20 years younger than you. I heard Marissa say that. And I know that had to make you feel extremely well with what she's accomplished.
Yes. I mean, just, like I said, give her a box of rubs and tell her to do her own thing. And, I wasn't, I helped her a lot, with done this, and she'd call me at comps, like, hey, what's going on here? And I'm like, okay, slow down, calm down. So I was, I feel pretty good to, 7 months after she cooked her first steak to now. So,
yeah, I tell you what, it was pretty funny when he was asking you that question, and, I kind of showed her the tips, some of the things. Marissa, did he even give you access to his videos?
I have not seen his
Really,
video.
man, you suck, man. I'll get you a copy of those. It'll be I'll pay for it out of my part. I'll give him his cut. But the problem is you don't need them, because you told me something that I thought was really funny. You said, well, and Matt, I don't know if it was Matt that said it, or I don't remember if it was off camera. And I think it was Matt said, I taught her everything that she knows. And when Marissa came up to me, she said, he taught me everything he knows, but I have not taught him everything that I know. And I was like, whoa! I was like, yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. So, but there's a lot of things that you've learned on your own, and we're going to talk a little bit about that here in a minute. So that's what made this so unique. And you could kind of even see when Matt said, I just handed her a box of rubs. And I said, go figure it out on your own, and you make your own flavor profiles, what works for you. So, I think you're right. I think Marissa can teach Matt. There's no question. She has definitely got her own flavor profile, her own rubs. There's some things that she does that's completely different than what Matt does. And there's a lot of stuff that's going on. So, absolutely. I think everybody is so proud of you. I don't think there could have been anybody more deserving to win after the season that you had, with 27 top 10 finishes, 4 first place. That's pretty amazing to be able to do that. And you really got to say you got 2 more top 10s, because you had a 3rd place on that Saturday and another first place. We're still not even within 1 year, because you didn't start cooking until March. So let's ring the cha-chinga-chinger up, and let's get that thing on up there to right at about 30 and 5. And hold that finger out there, Marissa. Let's see. Yeah, baby. Who's your daddy now? That's fine. It don't matter. However you want to show it. That is so awesome. So... oh, look at here. When will Marissa's Class B film? How many people would really like to have Marissa Ouverson's class? So I would imagine that would be quite unique and quite different. So, and because you told me my cooking style is completely different. There's a lot of things that you have done, and said that there's some things that you won't even share with your brother. And you know what? That's good. I mean, hey, he told you, here's the rubs, you go make it your own, and you figured it out. And I know you're competitive, I mean, you've kind of told me that. So, and you like to win, and you have to, if you cook exactly what he gives you to cook, it's going to be hard to beat him. And I remember you was kind of telling me, I'm not cooking what he's doing. And I think Matt was so dadgum scared. Now I know you're working on a new rub, Matt, and go ahead and tell us a little bit about that. So,
we working on it. I think we need to do just a few more things to it. About 10% more salt, 10% more pepper, and bump a few other things up, and it should be right where we want it. So hopefully, getting it close. Hopefully, maybe I was hoping for it to already be, probably about 2 months, maybe.
Yeah,
it's gonna take 30 days to blend it, and then probably another 20 days to bottle it and get it to me. So.
Yeah, and then I'm sure you're going to want to get out on the comp trail and test it, make sure it works for you and successful. I know anything that you put out is an amazing product. Your Wicked Pig is absolutely phenomenal. I thought it was funny when Terry came in there, Team Wicked Pig over here. Yeah, you could say that. So anyway, well, I'll tell you what, Matt, brother, we're booting you out.
Thank you.
And this is going to be all about Marissa Hour right now. It's fun, but I want to give her the spotlight. She has had an amazing run there at the SCA World Championship, and I think we want to just kind of dive into talking to her and her journey and everything else. But I did want to bring you in just briefly so you could voice, what you thought about the show, the Clash of the Titans, brother versus sister. And I thought it was funny. Well, we can go ahead and get this out of the way now. She beat me. I thought that was hilarious when you said that. So. Anyway, But man, you was a good sport about it. You knew that you had a tough competitor. You sure didn't take her lightly. And I think you told me, I was like, man, I think I gotta bring something here with this rub because she's been knocking it lights out. And now's the time for me to go swing for the fences. And I was asking Marissa what she was going to do, and she said, I'm just sticking with what I've been doing. That's when I gave her a high five. Heck yeah, baby, you take him down because my money's on you. So anyway, but Matt,
nobody has ever tasted that rub before that day. So
I got a chance to taste it.
Only one other person that's working on it with me has tasted it, but otherwise nobody's tasted it on a steak since then. So
it's very, very good rub. It is really, really a good rub, no doubt. Well, I tell you what, buddy, we're going to boot you off. Thank you for coming on, and we're going to give some time to the young lady right there in the middle. And we got a lot of questions to ask her. So, Matt, I tell you what, man, you're a great sport. You're a loving brother. And, buddy, I tell you what, congratulations on what you've done because you didn't get a chance to cook a whole lot. I think you finished, 16th, 17th in points last year and finished 17th in points. And, hey, man, a 14th place call is anytime you can walk the stage with the champions that was there, that's a good day. That is a good day. So, and we had a lot of BBQ Champs alumni that had hit that stage in that top 60.
A lot. Yeah.
A lot. I was like, holy cow. And that was very rewarding to see. And
the top four were all alumni too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So, and I want to thank Scott. I think he finished fourth, Scott Nardi, and I remember hearing him on stage. He called it out. Thank you, BBQ Champs Academy. So, it really made me feel good to know that the classes and, obviously you and John and Shauna and Terry and, God, who am I forgetting? Will Collier. Will just came aboard. All of you guys, Alan, and y'all have just put together something that's absolutely amazing. And a platform that truly does show that people can take these classes and go walk the stage and compete with anybody. And I applaud you, Matt, and all the state grill masters on BBQ Champs Academy. So I tell you what, brother, peace out. Love you. Thank you for what you're doing. And
love you, Marissa.
I love you.
Good job on your world championship. Enjoy.
Thanks, I will.
This old dog still has some tricks left in him. So
yeah, you better pull some out. Hey, Marissa, make sure you hide your notebook, baby. All right, because I guarantee you he may be trying to shig off of you. Peace out, Matt. Love you, brother.
Bye.
Later. Thanks.
All right, Marissa. So it's about us now, me and you. I got a little time with you to let you have the spotlight, and let's get some stuff up here of. I think that right there is fitting as it gets. The 2020 SCA World Champion. That's got to make you feel good. And I know I know that when I talked to you a couple times after that, I think 3 days later you were still in shock, and I was like, "Have you come
Oh
back down to
yeah.
earth yet?" And you was like, "Not yet." And I was like, "Don't worry about it. Savor the moment." So
Yeah.
because that is something that is very, very hard to do. But I tell you, girl, I have applauded you all year. You have been cooking lights out. I kept calling you Miss Consistent everywhere you went, and you are very deserving, I think, of that title. So
Thank you.
there's another thing that really goes along with that. The first woman to ever win the SCA Championship. So it was definitely a year of the ladies, with Sandy Brown winning the points champion, and you jumping out there and cooking the lights out at the SCA World Champion. That's it. 27 top 10 finishes for first place. Let's add 2 more top 10s along with another first place on top of that. That is absolutely amazing. Hey, if anybody's got any questions, Marissa Mama's secret, let's see what we got over. Marissa's mom is a secret competitive weapon. Yeah,
Oh
that's it.
yeah.
Total dedication. I tell you what, that's what you got to have, And, a lot of people are very happy for you, Marissa,
Thank you.
and it's been an honor. So let's kind of dive back in. Now, I think Matt had kind of said in the Clash of the Titans that you cooked a practice steak for him last year at World, and that's kind of how you just, hey, I kind of like this, and he kind of showed you how to get grill marks and how to work on appearance and kind of hit doneness. And then I heard him say, and he told me, he said, basically, once she got that down, I handed her a box of rubs and said, go make your own. Is that how it kind of worked out for you?
Yeah, I told him I want to compete, and he goes, "All right, here you go. This is all that I have that I think that I would like and I think you'd like." And he goes, "Practice, start competing with whatever you think would be good." He goes, "This is something that I think would be good, and this is what I use in my class. So if you want to try it, go for it." So I tried my first comp just to, get something out there. Um, Literally switched every single thing up. And
I love it. Yeah, yeah, not for me. Oh my
so
goodness, I love that.
now I have something completely different. At the beginning of the year, I actually started writing an Excel sheet. I made an Excel sheet of every place I had, where I
Oh
placed,
yeah,
what my ticket number was, what my scores were, what seasonings I used, and every single competition I would start listing them out. So I made sure I knew what I was using. And finally, probably 2 months in, my Excel sheet was literally just one flavor profile across the board, and it hasn't changed since.
wow. Sarah, that you sound like me. People think I'm kind of the freak, and because I weigh all my stuff out in grams and this and that. I've got on my phone, man. I have got every single competition that I've done from day one. My brines, my rubs, everything, every change that I've ever made, what worked, what didn't work, and all of a sudden, it's when you kind of find that and it starts to win. And so, did you kind of like hone in on, like, okay, I'm gonna, obviously, doneness is something that's, you kind of work on doneness, but did you just say, okay, I've got doneness down, and my appearance scores are down. Now I'm gonna just start working on one thing to improve. Did you take, okay, I want to work on texture until I get texture better, and then I want to work on taste till I get taste better? Did you do that, or did you just kind of mix it up, or was you going after one thing, laser focused on one?
I was going for one thing the whole time until I really got it nailed down. And I know texture this year for a lot of people and me, like, it was so different this year. I mean, this is my first year, obviously, but it was so up and down the whole year. So that was something I struggled with the whole season. But done this, finally found that perfect mark that I really liked. If anything ever happened, I would talk to the men and women around me, or I would. Bubba said I would literally call him like in the middle of a competition and be like, "I am freaking out. Please help me." So,
Right.
but yeah, I definitely tried to follow one after the other. Appearance, pretty good. I think I could hit that pretty consistently. Done this. It took me a little bit there to actually find what I truly liked, and texture always, but taste. Once I started hitting those 50, 51, 52s, I was like, that's where I finally kept going and just saying, don't
Right.
change.
Right. Just
So
take it and perfect it. Let's see that ring, Tim says. Put that ring up there. He wasn't here. Hold it out there. Give me that fist. Put it out there, girl. There we go. Boom. I love it. I absolutely love it. So let's see. Matt even said her appearance really made improvements throughout the year. So now let me ask you a question. Do you change anything for either taste or appearance? If I know you cook everywhere, you cook up north, you cook down south. Without giving anything away, do you change stuff? Because a lot of people that we've had, they kind of cook the same everywhere. Did you keep enough notes and enough geographical areas of where you was that when I cooked, my appearance may have not have done good here, but when I went down up north, it did good, and went down south, it did bad, or vice versa. Did you keep notes even on geographical location of tweaks that you made? Did you change anything, or do you just cook the same steak everywhere? I may be way ahead of myself.
no, you're good. So I always kept the same flavor profile. The only thing I would change is I use a red rub. So usually I would switch up my red rubs to, if I was up north, I would use a lighter red because I didn't want the too like oaky red, for the judges up there. But when I went down to Texas or Oklahoma, it was heavy red. So that was the only thing I would win. I mean, that's the only thing I would change.
Little tweaks.
And yeah, little tweaks, but I would never change my whole flavor profile. I kept the same 3 and then would interchange depending on where I was at.
Right, little tweaks. I tell you what, girl, you sound absolutely amazing. You are wise beyond your years. And, you are a college student. You are a full-time college student.
I am.
And, the thing is, you're using, the technology that we have with spreadsheets and everything else. And there's a lot of people that may not know how to create good spreadsheets to be able to do something like that. So, hey, there's Raleigh in the house. Hey, Raleigh, it was good. I think I got a chance to meet you when we was at the World as well. It was so awesome to meet you. So, I think that you are truly going to be an inspiration to a lot of people, including the young people. I think Raleigh is, what is she, like 13, 14, 15 years old? I think I've seen her on John's show, and she's pretty young. So I know that you've got to be an inspiration to her, that somebody that can look up to. And I'm sure, a lot of people have looked up to this lady right here for a long time. She was the lady that pioneered it all in the beginning. A 2-time female cooker of the year in 2016. She was the points chase runner-up her very, very first year. And I think if I recall, she lost it on the last competition of the year. It was that close. And but I'm sure you've probably looked up to her and other people, Sandy and others that have come up over the years. And now here you are. You're very humble. That's one thing I will say about you. You're very humble. You don't have the big head, and you just buckled down. And that's why you got the name Miss Consistent from me. And I can see it. I mean, I literally watch, I observe, that's just kind of my jam, as Mark Lambert would say. That's my jam, and I watch, and I see how people are reacting, and I was watching, how you was doing, and every time, man, I was like, dang, there she is again, Miss Consistent, knocking them out, Miss Consistent, knocking them out, and that's what it takes. So, but you figured it out on your own, and like you said, I cooked the stuff and I like it. I started my own stuff, and but I think what you really did is you figured out a way to use spreadsheets to your advantage, and kept incredibly good notes. And you did the right thing. In barbecue competition, we change one thing at a time. I see people, they're always, I'm struggling and I changed everything. Why? What did you change? Well, I changed sauce, I changed the rub. Well, then how do you know what helped or what hurt? And I think you got to make one change at a time. And you did that. And that was pretty amazing. You had this down, you was consistent. And then the ones that you was struggling on, you worked on each one of those individually till you got it to that 49.50. You worked on taste till you got it to that 51, 52, 53, whatever scores you're cranking out, which I imagine they're pretty deadgum good, because I took a bite of your steak and holy cow, your steak is good. I mean, it is absolutely one of the best steaks that I have ever tasted. And it's completely different. That's the thing. I keep wondering, like, gosh, we've had, Alan, Shauna, Terry, John, Will, all of these, and everybody has something that's a little bit different, right?
Mhm.
And your steak tasted different than anybody else's, and to me, that is what is so unique about the elite people that we've got on BBQ Champs is they kind of have their own little flair, their own little style. Like you said, I didn't like that. I made it my own,
Yeah.
and that's the wonderful thing. There's so many wonderful rubs that are out there that it really, really, really allows people the opportunity to work on different flavor profiles till they're consistent doing what they do. So let's see what we got here. Great job. Let's see. Here we go. Marissa is such an inspiration. We're so proud of her and her kind heart. We can't wait to see you at the Dylan James Cook. Jesse, is it Jesse? Jesse Dylan James Cook Off on June 18th, 19th. I get all that right. So
Yes.
let's see. Great job, Marissa, Larry, Mad Dog.
Thank you.
Let's see who else. Congrats from North Carolina. That's from Chuck. Mike Edwards, to see her win very first year gives so many new people a lot of hope and inspiration. I really think it does. So, Sean, are you kidding me? I look up to Marissa too. Us old folks learn new things all the time. Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah. Let's see. Met Marissa for the first time in Sursialka. She is top-notch cook and person, super humble and very sweet. Yeah, Caitlin, I 100% agree with you. So I met Marissa in Lakeville last year and cannot wait to cook with her again. That's from Tim Grubb. So, you know, it is pretty fascinating to see your journey, and I'm really honored to have you on BBQ Champs Academy to do our podcast. I really was trying hard to get it done last Tuesday, but it was just, there was no way that we could get all that footage flipped and turned around in 3 days because we didn't get back to Sunday. And I was like, I just told John and Clint, I was like, guys, hammer down. I don't care what it costs me. Hammer down. Let's just get this thing out there because when I called them on Monday or Sunday, I sent them a text message Sunday night. And I said, you remember who I said was going to win this deal? I said, Marissa just won it. And they was like, are you crapping me? And I was like, yeah. I said, she won this deal. I was like, you was kind of one of my odds on favorite. I had 2 or 3 people kind of pick that I had been watching. And I thought Matt had a good shot. He had been cooking pretty good. But there was just the consistency with you. You was probably my top choice because of the consistency. And I just kept thinking, you know, it don't always work out that way because a lot of times it could have been somebody that was, you know, just hadn't cooked a whole lot. And sometimes that happens in competitions. You can just get that one good run that day and win it all. But I was kind of banking on the consistency. And that was, you know, I mean, gosh, it was a crapshoot. There were so many good cooks, you know.
Yeah.
But I was very happy for you, and
you.
your hard work that you put into it definitely paid off. So, Papa Joe, Kara's role model is she can't wait to compete in her first competition when she turns 13 in October. So, anyway, anybody got any questions for Miss Marissa while we've got her here in BBQ Champs podcast live here from Shreveport, Louisiana? So anybody got any questions? So I'd be glad to entertain them. See you this week in the Ozarks. Now, where are you cooking? Are you cooking this weekend?
Yeah, I'm gonna travel all the way down to Liberty, and then I'm gonna head back up to Ozark before we're going back through. So yeah.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that's down by
long,
Houston
good
area, isn't it? Okay.
Yes.
She's a great person at such a young age. Loved hanging with her this year. Wow, that's
Thanks,
awesome.
Jenny. Thank you.
Well, I tell you what, it's been a great year, and you know, it just seems like you kind of found your groove. And what is all on the ring? So tell us what's on the ring. That is. I know it's probably got SCA. Read to us what it actually says.
So this is just like the one that they gave everyone. So I actually ordered mine today with Ken. So I was talking about it with Ken today. But it'll have SCA World Champ. Ooh, which way am I going? SCA World Champ, and then it has USA and SCA on the other sides. No, USA in 2018 right now. But I'll get 2020 in my name, and I'll say World Champ. Yeah.
Wow. How
And
about
then I
that?
have like the big one, and then I'm actually gonna order like the women's one also, so I can like wear one, to like every day. And then this like I'm
Right.
wearing this from the cooks.
So you're going to get 2 rings then.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
gonna get
wow. Way to
two.
go. Way to go. Way to
Yes.
go. Way to go, Ken and Brett. That's the way to do it. So, absolutely awesome. Good luck. See you soon. Let's see. Mad Dog. What was the biggest challenge in Fort Worth? There we go.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So Friday, well, what would have been Saturday? Saturday, I really just wanted to make it through to the finals. That was my number one goal, was to make it through to the finals. Um, so semifinals, I was really trying to just do the best, but not overdo it to the point where it was just gonna kick me out, and I
Right.
was gonna make top 61. So trying
So
to
you had
do
some
what I could
strategy
do.
going to it. Don't overdo it. Stay in the middle. Just give them enough. See
Yeah.
where your scores land. If you get in, then you can make adjustments from there.
Yes, sir.
Dang,
Yes.
you're
So
smart. You're
thank
wise
you.
beyond your years, girl.
Thank you. So yeah, that was my main goal. And then when I got that score sheet back, I knew that I could probably add a little bit extra to my flavor. So I, spiced it up a little bit, tried to do that, and it paid off. Had a higher taste score Sunday than Saturday.
Wow.
Um, Probably the biggest thing that was my struggle is I am not an emotional person. Like, just really laid back, And I came back, and Jonathan Furyk asked me when I got back. He goes, "Did you get emotional when you walked up to turn your steak in?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did." And because all the judges and all the helpers were like clapping, you're like, "There's the winner." And it was just like the 2 days was literally the most stressful cooks ever, and it was probably one of the most stressful days of my life. I will tell you right
Wow.
now. And
Wow.
so when I came back, my mom's like, "You can cry," and I was like, "No, like I want to cry," and she goes, "Cry," and I literally just like burst into tears, and I was bawling. And like Amy was there, and she was like, "It's fine." And then I went and hugged my dad, and I mean, I cried a lot that day for sure. So, but yeah, just like the stress of trying to like keep it all in for 2 days, and then it's all over, and I was just like, I didn't know what to do. So
Right. Yeah.
definitely that.
Yeah.
So
And not only that, I'm sorry I put a little more stress on you on Friday to make you cook off against your brother. And I was nervous. I was like, calm
I
down.
was
Don't
so
worry about it.
nervous.
And, she was so nervous. And I was like, don't worry about these cameras. It's just me and you, and I'm your best friend right now. I'm pulling for you. I want you to beat Matt. So just do you. I kept trying to keep you calm because I could tell you was as nervous as you
Oh
could
my
be.
gosh,
And I was
I was
like,
so nervous.
just don't worry about it. Just cook a steak and beat him. Just do you, and you're going to beat him. So. So I'm sorry I put even more pressure on you on Friday. You was
No,
nervous,
it's
Saturday and
good.
Sunday. But hey, you know what? It all worked out.
Oh
So,
yeah, it all paid off
all right.
then.
Caitlin says, how do you like your M16? Thinking about making the switch. So, and I did read the name of your M16, and you named your M16
It is Chief.
Chief.
My M16 is Chief. I actually have, so I'm a really big Chiefs fan. So my M16 is Chief. I have a C4, and his name is Arrowhead. And then I got a new trailer, and it's now called Tomahawk.
All
So I
right.
have all the Chiefs stuff in there. But
That's awesome.
it's super fun. I love doing it. I came back and I told my mom one day, I was like, I figured them all out. And she's like, okay. And I was like, and she was, I like that.
Yeah.
So
Let's keep with the
yeah.
theme, right?
Yes. So I absolutely love the M16. I bought a used PK because I didn't know how long I was gonna do it, didn't know if I was gonna be good, so I was just like, just get something so I have a good girl to cook with. Loved it. Travis invited me to Team M Girls, and I hopped on that opportunity so fast. I was so excited to try it. Just the look of that grill is just beautiful. The lines.
Yeah.
Travis and his team, absolutely amazing. The color that grill gives your steak, like it has 4 openings around it. I mean, that air is just going through it. And I mean, it just gives that steak such a beautiful look. It's just beautiful. I love it
Wow.
so
Wow.
much.
Yeah, the workmanship. I mean, they lay dimes, man, when they do
Oh
them
yeah,
welds.
the weld
And
lines.
oh yeah, absolutely
Yes.
gorgeous. And there was one of the guys there, and I can't remember the young man's name, but his dad is cooking barbecue competitions and crushing
Oh
it.
yeah,
And I think he said he's actually one of the ones that does the welding there.
that's
So
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, okay. Did I hear you like your temps at 90 before cooking on the grill? Yep, you heard her say that right there on BBQ Champs Clash of the Titans. She does like to get it kind of warm. So, yep. Let's see. Let's see. Will you be coming to Lakeville again this year? Looks like Troy will be doing 3 here this year. So you are
I will
planning
be in
on doing
Lakeville this
that?
year.
Yep.
Yes, I will be.
All right, Marcio. Ask her if she remembers what I told her when she was up on the stage. Wonder if she remembers.
All glory to God. I remember
All
that.
glory to God. Yes, yes, baby, that's right. You know, I think that's when we're humble enough that understand that God gives us everything that we have. And I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer that He opens up doors and opportunity. And every time I win, to God be the glory. Every time I have top 10 calls, every time I go to a competition, I hashtag to God be the glory. Because, you know, He has done so much for so many people. And if we just allow Him into our lives and live a Christian life and do the things that we're supposed to do, I'm a true believer that He will take care of us. And you know, it's never about me. It's always what God can do through me.
I
And
agree.
I'm a firm Marcio. That was great words to give her after such a big accomplishment. Congrats. How many comps did you cook last year? So that's a good question.
52.
So 52 comps and
Yes, sir.
27 of them was in the top 10. Wow.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's over 50%. Right at 50%. Yeah, it's just touch, yeah,
Yeah,
50,
I think it
52,
was
50.
49 something.
Yeah.
49.
Well, 50, 27 and 52?
Oh, maybe it's 57. I may have had
57.
57
Okay,
comps.
maybe 50.
Yeah.
Okay, that's still amazing. With the competition that's out there now, and all the people that's taking BBQ Champ Academy's classes, and I mean, I am
Yes.
seeing so many. It's just like you ain't cooking against just a few good people. I mean, you're cooking against a bunch of good people that are getting walks. So Corey Rush wind. I don't know what wind
Oh,
is.
the wind was bad
Oh,
on
was the
Saturday. The wind was really
yeah.
bad on Saturday.
Okay, wind was pretty
Yeah.
bad. Okay. Let's see. Was it difficult making the transition from the PK to the M grill?
No, Tim and Sandy, so I got my grill the weekend of the Kansas City Cooks, and I got it, and I wasn't going to cook on it because I wanted to be able to practice on it at least once. So, practiced on it one night, took it to a comp the next day, and Tim and Sandy sat, like, literally just stood there, talked me through the whole thing, told me what I needed to do, everything, and I picked it up like that. I mean, it was
Right.
just so the
Kind
thing
of an easy
handles
grill
so
to do.
well. Yeah,
Right.
it's handles so well. It's just easy, 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 easy.
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. Congratulations, Marissa. Jen and I are very proud of you and love cooking with you throughout the year, and good luck. That was from Larry.
Thanks, Lane.
Yeah. Let's see. We got some more comments. All the glory to God. Way to go. Yep. Absolutely.
Thanks,
100%.
Corey.
Um, yes. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's awesome, awesome, awesome guy. So let's say if you don't want to answer, don't. But what temp do you like your grill grates? Give us a just between number.
Um,
You ain't got to get exact if you don't want. I mean, there's some things I understand that some people don't want to know, but if you don't want to answer it, you don't have to.
yeah,
So
probably between 5 and 650. 5 is on the low end, but yeah,
somewhere in
whatever you
between.
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever you
Okay.
practice at and you think looks good, I would keep it.
Okay. All right. We don't want to. We don't. We certainly don't want to come in here and start taking. You know, you've done things to work for you, and you know you may have a certain thing that you do that grill grates that we don't know about, and that's completely respectable. And I would never infringe on that.
You're
So
good.
anyway, well, I tell you, anybody got any other questions? You know, I'm just very humbled to be able to have you on our show, and oh, here's a good one. How did it feel to be the first woman to win the championship? There you go. That's from Raleigh.
Well, first of all, hi Riley. Um, it was absolutely amazing. I was just sitting, so my mom always videotapes my reactions because she said that someone made a comment that I have the best reactions. So she finally started recording my reactions. So I was sitting next to my dad, and it was getting up to like 5, and I was like, I really don't think I have this. Like, I don't. It's really questionable. And I got to second, and I was like, no, like absolutely not. And I was holding my dad's arm the whole time, and he said every time my number was getting called, so it was 4 numbers, and every time they would keep going, I would squeeze harder and harder and harder. And the last one I squeezed really hard, and he goes, she just won this whole thing. And I looked at my number, and I was like, I don't think, because my number was 1480, and I was like, I don't think he said 0. Like, that's definitely not right. Like, no. I was like waiting for someone else to get up, and I looked at my dad, and I was like, I just stood up, and it was just right there. I just started like bawling. I knew that like this
Oh
was
my
like
gosh.
one of the most amazing moments of my life, and it was just to be able to be the first woman that now I can be a role model to all the women and young kids. And I just think it's amazing that my name's now going to be associated with the first female, and I can make like a big jump out of this and to figure out something I want to do to make it a great year. So
yeah, that's amazing. That's an amazing story. I mean, there's no doubt with the Ouverson names, it will be a legend in the SCA for many years, with Matt being the 2019 SCA, world points champion in the United States, and you coming in the very next year in 2020 and doing your own thing, cooking your own way, your own style, and to be the first woman, Marissa Ouverson, another Ouverson, to win a world champion. I tell you what, that is very, very good. That's amazing. When your ticket number was called, did you hesitate and think, yep, that's what it was just talking about? Yes. She just was like, so proud of you and watching your accomplishments. So, so when can a cousin get a, so who is this, Nate? So when can a cousin get a steak at a family get together? Congrats again.
Thank you. Thank you, Nate.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I tell you what, the way I look at it, girl, you showed out, and schooled the boys on how to cook a steak. I love it. That's to me, that right there needs to be the slogan of the decade for you. I showed up, I showed out, and I schooled the boys on how to cook a steak. You're deserving of it. You really are. It was so awesome to see. Shauna says the sky's the limit. Can't wait to see you soar. So Shauna's actually getting out, and she's going to be able to cook a little bit more this year. She's got a new rub out and her rhinestone steak shake. And I tell you what, when she gets on a roll, that girl can cook as well. So it's going to be absolutely awesome to see what the ladies can do this year. Awesome win again.
Thank you.
I hope everybody enjoyed it. I hope everybody enjoyed the BBQ Champs Clash of the Titan Road Edition, brother versus sister, the ultimate steak showdown. And little did Matt know he was cooking against the girl that was fixing to win the world champion just 2 days later. So, Matt, that's why you went down, buddy. The girl was on fire. So, anyway, yeah, it was really awesome. Well, I tell you what, I've absolutely enjoyed it. It's been fun getting to meet you for the first time at the SCA World Championship. I had got a chance to chat with you a lot on our private, on our comments, on our shows and stuff. And I always got to pop in, especially when you did good on your Facebook, and give you that congratulations. And it was so great being able to get a chance to meet you.
Thank you.
I guess now I got to somehow figure out how I can twist your arm and maybe get you on BBQ Champs one day. So anyway, we'll have to see about that maybe in the future. So give it a thought anyway. So you might sell 1 or 2 classes on here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. So when will BBQ Champs Academy Marissa video pre-released? Who knows? She's got a lot going on right now. Anyway, she's got a lot. Yeah, she's still in college, but who knows, man? Mike still's got a way of twisting people's arms a little bit. Maybe I can make something happen, because I tell you what, we're all about champions here at BBQ Champs Academy. So the name says so, and we do really try to bring the absolute best cook. I tell you what, we spent 24 hours filming. How much do I love you guys? 24 hours filming Friday and Sunday. We had 2 12-hour days filming our SCA ancillary classes, not only for SCA, but you could use these for IBCA, BCA, KCBS, CBA, all the alphabet soups there are in the barbecue competitions. They can certainly work for all the opens, but definitely for SCA, we filmed burgers, desserts, appetizers, and wings. I probably gained 15 pounds in those 2 days. I'm not going to release the cook's name, but he is a world food champion, a culinary fight club champion. His food is absolutely amazing on his presentation. I was shocked when I saw the things that he would do. I was like, you just go like, no. You're going to just put that? No. I mean, everything was placed, and it was like, I just said, it's a canvas. So I hope everybody's going to enjoy our ancillary classes that we will have coming. It's probably going to be another month or so. It's so much footage. We did 3 appetizers, 3 wings, 3 desserts, and 3 burgers. And they were absolutely lights out. I think 2 or either 3 of his dishes, when I ate them, I got chill bumps. I was like, this is not right, man. You don't need to be doing this to me, man. I've got an image to uphold on camera, and I got chill bumps on my arms from eating this stuff. So, I mean, one of them, I'll just give you a sneak peek. It was a smoked bourbon peach cobbler. It was freaking just out of bounds.
So good.
I mean, it was just lights out of bounds. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So, and I was like, man, this thing is so good. So we had a lot of fun doing it. So we're working on trying to get that done. And yep, Tim, I think you're right. It's going to be a great season. COVID hopefully is out of the way. Caitlin, Marissa Ouverson does a class. I'll buy it in a heartbeat for sure. Yeah, and a whole bunch of other people have already said that. I would buy her class and give it. I'd buy her class and give it to Matt. Whoa, wow. All right, there you go. Matt, I hope you're listening, brother. Oh, man, can't wait for the ancillary class. We got to end the note on that. So, wow. Marissa, maybe you ought to just consider it, something. Anyway, that alone would be worth the price of admission. So anyway, Marissa, it has been great having you on.
Thank you for having me on.
Wear that championship proudly.
Thank you.
You deserve it. You was as deserving as anybody to win it this year. It didn't go unearned, that's for sure. You had an amazing year.
Thank you for your support this year. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. You don't have to thank me. You did all the hard work. So
thank you.
And congratulations. Well, I've had a lot of fun. Let's see, the class. Yeah, the class will help pay for her school. That's for sure. It would. Hey, consider that now, Marissa. It would help pay for your school. So let's see what else we got. Great show tonight, y'all. See y'all down the trail. Yep, I hope everybody's enjoyed it. We've had a lot of fun. Next week, we're going to have Corey Mikes, a 2-time world barbecue champion. He is amazing. He does KCBS and IBCA. He just cooked up in Shawnee, Oklahoma this weekend. Certainly want to give him a big shout out for his reserve grand champion. I wanted to have him on the show. I was like, got to have Marissa first. We'll get you next. He said, I completely understand. Absolutely. So I hope everybody's enjoyed our Clash of the Titans series. We are talking about doing at least 3 or 4 more. And I think we're going to probably end up jumping in and maybe doing some of our barbecue guys. How would y'all like to hear that or see that? Maybe bring 4 world champions to go toe-to-toe probably in a rib and chicken cook-off, because it's just so long to have to film brisket and pork butts. So that's kind of maybe our next one. I hope people will be very interested in the barbecue side of that as well. And then we're definitely going to get back over and do some more steak stuff. We're even talking about maybe bringing in some of the students that people have taken classes. So get out and put your best foot forward. It's going to be a lot of fun. Marissa, any closing thoughts?
Just want to thank all my sponsors this year, my brother, all the people that were around me this year. It was because of them where I'm at this year, and all of my teams, White Lightning, Papa Joe's, all of them, amazing. So
why don't you give a shout out to all your sponsors real quick?
Papa Joe Grilling Supplies, White Lightning, B&B Charcoal, Team M Grills, Wicked Pig, Jeffrey with Midwest Dust, yeah, just all of them. I just want to thank you so much for taking me in this year. It was absolutely amazing. So
There you go. Well, I tell you what, it's awesome.
thank
Let's see.
you.
I'm always free if you need a student. I love it. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I tell you what, Marissa, thank you so much. Thank you for being on our show. And
Thank you for having me
congratulations
on.
once again for being the first ever female SCA World Champion. Let it
Thank you
sink in,
so
girl.
much. Yes, thank you.
Well, as we always say when we close these out, have a lot of fun.